What's up? Is currently 5:11 a.m. Uh, I've been slaving, grinding, etc. So let's get right to it. This album is kind of a blend of like the Rip Squad working on dying, like aesthetics, and it's kind of like evil. The beats are like kind of just trap beats. It's really nothing that crazy. Let's get into it. So I started off with this analog lab sound from DX7, and that sounds like this. Now if you'll notice, it's monophonic. So what I did is I pulled up the arpeggiator, and for whatever reason the arpeggiator is playing like the different chords at different speeds, and it gives it like a cool like kind of pulsing effect. And then in the sound, just got like an EQ, taking out the harsh, making sure there's no sub, the classic. Next, this kind of pad super saw thing. Same chords, and it's just two unison, detune like way down, bit of noise, and then LFO1 on this octave to make it like sparkle, and just a smidge of hyper, drown it out with some reverb. And that also just has an EQ, taking out the high end. Then I've got this rave sound from my Serum presets, which like ties the whole thing together. And it's basically just an LFO1 routed to the detune just to give it like that detune hit. So without it and with it, like it just brings it all together. Bit of dimension, bit of compression, bit of filter, and all I have on that is another EQ, just cleaning it up, and that sounds like this. Very exciting. I also add in this sub here that I also made in Serum, just like 5 unison, detune, normal, sub, 5th up, filtered. And that sounds like this. That's a respace. So all the melodies together sound like this. It might not make sense, but wait till you hear it with the drums. So first, got this snare from Random. It's just playing like a snare pattern. It's just a pattern. And we got this like really Rip Squad hi-hat with like the pitch changes and rolls. But if you hear, the hi-hat is like playing off of where the snare is playing. So every time there's a snare, there's no hi-hat, and the hi-hat like leads to it. You feel what I'm saying? Then the kick with the Old Faithful da 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 da. You can never go wrong with that. Then we got the 808 just playing the root notes. It's kind of a really weird pattern, like by itself. But once you add everything else, it kind of makes more sense. The side snare, you gotta put it on weird beats. Like you can't have any of this boring, like, you can't have that. You can't have that. It's gotta be like strange. Like that's it. And then actual snare on the 3. Open hatch every 8. Not every 8, but you get what I mean. Then we got a crash, and what I did on this, I cut itself velocity all the way down. That makes the crash stop and then go. Cause I'm lazy as shit. And then chant. And there you go. You got a beat. Also, master, soft clipper, ozone. And the ozone is like literally doing nothing. So the whole thing sounds like this. Now for the vocals. First, let's talk about the lyrics. For the lyrics, just don't give a shit. Like the whole album, he just did not give a shit. Just don't give a shit. Like I'm just saying shit. Like it's fucking just be evil. Just say evil shit and be evil. Like you just gotta like, and mention NyQuil. You gotta mention NyQuil. But like you just gotta be evil. Just write evil shit. For the delivery, don't try, don't care. Good enough, move on. I don't sound like Blade, but I tried to like get across the same amount of like not giving a shit. So here we go. So let's break this down. So first, I'll just go through this absolute like mind fuck of routing that we've got going on. I got 0 retune speed autotune, and that was a noise gate. RVox compressor, CLA 76 compressor, and then for whatever reason, Blade always just does like random ass like bell curves in the middle of his EQs. If you listen, there's always like just one frequency. It's like sticking out way too much. No, it sounds cool. And I got one knob brighter, which just kind of adds like some thickness, fresh air thickness. Flanger, you gotta put a flanger on everything, Blade. Ozone 10 dynamic, just like put it on everything, bro. It sounds good. And then just a final EQ cutting out the sub. And then I have it routed to this main bus. This main bus has my favorite vintage vocals, which I learned recently. Something that I had never noticed is when you just like go to the thing and get vintage vocals, it puts like this big ass boost on like the sub. You gotta make sure you switch this to the bass thing and like do not keep that big ass boost to the sub. I was wondering like where that was coming from because I always had to EQ it out after, and then now I got it. Anyway, we got fresh air, cutting the sub, safe vocals. This just gives it like some phasiness texture, so waves doubler. Stick those things all the way out to the side. The guy on the Waves audio video that mixed Neon Guts taught me that one. And we got de-esser, just DS and shit. You know how it is. EQ, just looking at the frequencies and shit. That's frequencies and shit. We got a supermassive, just give it a smidge more phasiness and like size. So then after that, I've got it routed to 4 things. So actually 5 things, but we'll start off with the easiest, which is the reverb. Just a reverb and then a bandpass. And then I've got it routed to like a chorus that I just like completely chopped all of that stuff out of. And then I've got like a ping pong delay that's gated, which gives it like the at the right time, in the night time, by the red light. And then I've also got it routed to this bit crush, and then I've EQ'd it, so it's only keeping in the bit crush. At the right time. And then I also have it routed to this distortion, which I radio filtered, stereo shapered, and then EQ'd like to clean it up. At the right time, in the night time, by the red light, you don't recognize. And then I sidechained this main bus to the beat, and then used Soothe to like sidechain the vocals to the beat to give it more space. So there's the main vocal breakdown. Now got this background vocal. I'm sorry, I'm just thinking about people getting this FLP and hearing these vocals. But anyway, so it's the same chain, but I've got this classic rock and the flangers turned all the way up, which gives it like that kind of like distorted flanger sound. And just got it radio filtered to clean it up. And then I've got another one of me saying go. And this is like the same exact chain again, but I just have the flanger all the way up, and then I've just got this one of me breathing. Which is the same exact chain. That's about it. And then I've got like these verse mix.
back of my shoes. All this little energy put me back in the sleep.
And also, just for reference, I'll go ahead and I'll hit you with the raws. I know you've been waiting for it. I'll do it. I'm not scared. I'm not scared. That's not raw.
Put my city on my team on the back of my jeans. All this evil energy put me back in the sleep. Put my city on my team on the back of my jeans. All this evil energy put me back to sleep. Put some liquor to green, have the same with me. I wish I was young and free from the top of me. At the right time, in the right time. Find the right light, you got good night. You can't see it now, you got big night. You can't see it now, you got big night.
So basically, what I'm trying to say is cop the Patreon, cop the presets, cop a mix, do mixing, cop a beat. I'm a man of many trades. Hit my DMs on Larry. Have a good night.
At the right time, in the night time. Find the right light, you got good night. You can't see it now, you got big night. You can't see it now, you got big night. Put my city on my team on the back of my shoes. All this evil energy put me back in the sleep. Put some liquor in some green, have the same with me. I wish I was young and free from the top holding me. At the right time, in the night time.